Well, a very good afternoon and welcome back to the final block on the final day of competition at the Junior World Championships. And on this final day, it is the mixed team event. We've already come to the point where we've got the medal matches lined up for you. 2 bronze medal matches and obviously the final. In the first of the bronze medal matches, it'll be France up against Kazakhstan. We'll follow that with Russia and Georgia, and the final is Japan versus Brazil. I'll give you a rundown of the teams. We should be having them out in a few minutes' time, 5 minutes from now, but just a couple of things that you may want to pick up on, and that's the format for this mixed team event. Rather than start with the light to heavy, we have a draw and we pick out a weight category that we will start with in the first round, and then after that it will be the next weight category in that sequence. So we began this morning with the under 90 kilo category. Round 2 was the plus 70 kilo category. So we've now come to the final round, and that means that we'll begin with the plus 90 kilo category. So all of the matches that you're going to see, the 3 matches that you're going to see in this final block, will begin with the plus 90 kilo category and then the next weight category in that sequence. Right, so I've told you what that lineup is. The first of the bronze medal matches features France versus Kazakhstan, and let's just go through the team for France. Timothy Gouin, Blondine Pont, Yonis Gueffon, Sarah Leonie Sissik, Hugo Metifio, Candice Le Breton, Alexis Mathieu and Laura Fuso. That's the French team. For Kazakhstan, it's Dinakmet Rizambek, Gailis Tinibayeva, Arslan Yesengel, Aida Karachaeva, Angsarbek Gainulin, Modir Nuranova, Yesel Bolat and Kamila Berlikash. That's the Kazakh team. I'll give you the other teams when we come to them because it's a little bit early for that. Russia, Georgia to follow, and then in the final, Japan, Brazil. Okay, it shouldn't be that long before we have the 2 teams lined up. Japan had a bye in the first round. France faced Georgia and lost out. The Georgians then lost out to the Japanese in the semi-final. So better do it this way round. France, having lost out to Georgia, went straight into the bronze medal contest. So single loss, but that puts them up against Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan, for their part, well, they defeated Germany early on. I'll just check the score. Kazakhstan and Germany, I think it was 5-1 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 5-1 Kazakhstan over Germany. And then the Germans lost out to Brazil in the semi-final, and it was 5-1 the other way round for Kazakhstan that time. A 5-1 win over Germany and then a 5-1 loss to Brazil. Now, whether Brazil will be able to translate that kind of strength in the final remains to be seen. However, they are going to be up against Japan, and that is going to be an extremely tough and tall order. Okay, irrespective of how long it is that we've got to wait, rather than sit watching me, you may be more interested in, seeing the tatami. However, I doubt it. It's only 1 minute, and the teams are walking out, so let's have a look at that. Yeah, what happened to our cameramen today who were, following out the athletes yesterday and the day before? There you go. There you go.
Welcome in blue categories, team of Kazakhstan. Welcome in the white jerseys, team of France.
Well, this could be the most balanced of the 3 matches that we've got. France, not necessarily the strongest of teams in the competition, and Kazakhstan, having already defeated Germany 5-1, well, you might want to think that as a result of that, we've got something to watch. I certainly hope so. I'd hate to see, anyone, steamrollered in a medal contest, a medal match.
First contest, minor 90 kilos in blue for Kazakhstan.
So up first, Timothy Gouin of France faces Dinakemt Rizembek of Kazakhstan. Gouin in the white judogi, Rizembek in blue. Dinakemt Rizembek. So nice and quiet at the moment as we wait for the action to start. Certainly be some action when we get the Russia-Georgia match. It's always a handful, isn't it? And the score on the board there for Rizembek as he catches Gouin. Morote Seonagi just bringing his opponent down for Wazari. Got low and underneath his opponent. So that's the lead with 3 minutes left to go. Thinking about the same technique, but didn't get near him that time. Remember, this is the plus 90 kilo category. And there's a second score. Rizembek delighted with that. Brings his teammates to their feet. Well, it worked once. Why not give it another go? And over went Gouin. 1-0. Kazakhstan lead.
So Kazakhstan is leading now 1-0.
Right, so we had the plus 90 kilo category. The next weight category in the sequence is under 48. And that features Blondine Pont of France. She's up against Galia Tinbayeva of Kazakhstan. Pont in the white judogi, Tinbayeva in blue. 1-0. The Kazakhs lead. No score as yet. Pont attacking right-sided there. Sumigashi effort there from Tinbayeva, almost catching Pont. Minute left of normal time, still no score. Pont attacking right-sided with Uchimata, just a little stab at that, and then a desperate looking effort there. No need for that from Tinbayeva, almost put herself in trouble. Thinking about, Ko Sotogake, but she sat down. Out comes the leg, but the Kazakh fighter able to turn onto her front and avoid getting caught. There's no need for that. That was misdirected. Almost gave up a score. Again looking for the Sutemiwaza. Chance for the Shimiwaza here. Just a few seconds left on the clock. Time runs out and it'll be golden score.
Golden score.
Uchimata right-sided, but Tinbayeva strong enough to collapse that. And our right-sided effort from Tinbayeva. Just putting the pressure on. And good rate of attacks here as well. Uchimata again. Pont coming under some serious pressure here. And now she picks up a second penalty. Time to come up with a throw to end this, to be honest. There's a third penalty. And she will lose. Right-sided effort from Tinbayeva. It's a good effort, good show from the Kazakh lightweight. Uchimata almost turned, and then luckily for Pont, she managed to regain her balance. Little Kataguruma effort from Tinbayeva, mixing it up. Minute and a half of golden score so far. Another good effort from Tinbayeva. Uchimata, but not effective. Left-sided effort. Tinbayeva blocks that. It's a good contest, you know, backward and forward. That was close. And another good effort. Strong Kosotogake effort there from Tinbayeva. Just lost contact with the hands there. Pont is going to need to get in first with an attack. She does with an Uchimata. Almost countered there by Tinbayeva. Three minutes of golden score. Tsunagi effort, and then Tinbayeva goes onto her front. This pair almost out on their feet now. Another little effort with Osoto Otoshi. Uchimata effort there from Tinbayeva. That was a strong one. 4 minutes of golden score. Pont needs to come back with her own effort here. She's the one who's picked up 2 penalties. Well, I think there was some leg involved there. Was it enough to claim a score? We shall see. Nope. And now Tinbaeva picks up a penalty for a false attack. Straight away, Pont looks to attack with Uchimata. Steps off to Koso Tagaki. Now a turn. No, not enough. Nervous times for the French team. Two fighters have really put everything into this. Well, it's the last contest for them anyway, unless there's something exceptional that takes place. Left-sided effort. Oh, that was close as well to a score and then a counter. The only way that these two would fight again is if it was 4-4 and their weight category got drawn out. So they can afford to give everything here. No. But another good effort. Pont looks at her coach as if to say, what can I do now? Looking for some inspiration. Oh, Sotogari effort. Won't score from there now. It's just a lunge. Why would you want to stop it now? Both fighters are battling away. Surely she's fought hard enough to warrant giving her a chance. And not just counting up who's attacked twice, and if you attack twice then you get given it. Unless they're looking at a possible score. Well, you know, I've seen a few that were harsh for passivity or false attack. That's right up there with them. Kazakhstan take a lead 2-0. And on the mat now, Yonis Gueffon of France faces Arslan Yesengel of Kazakhstan. Gueffon in the white judogi, Yesengel in blue. Didn't have the leg in the right place, Yesengel, and now Gueffon able to turn out of that and avoid giving up the arm. Moratisanagi, good effort. Whoa! I wonder if Yesengel spun off the head there. I think he could very well be guilty here. Yep. I think he was looking to spin off the head. Yep. So, Gueffon takes that one.
Winner in white for France, Yonis Gueffon.
Yeah, I wonder when they're going to learn. You know, no spinning off your head. 2-1.
So now is 2-1 for Kazakhstan versus France. Next contest.
So coming up next, Sarah Leonie Sissik of France faces Aida Karachayeva of Kazakhstan. It's Sisik in the white judogi, Karachayeva in blue. Kazakhstan lead 2-1. However, Karachayeva now has to fight the world silver medalist. So tall order for Karachayeva. Sodagari effort from Sisik, and if she still finds a way to bring her opponent down onto her back. Yeah, that was whichever way you look at it, she was going to find a way to bring her down. There's a conventional Osoto, and when that failed, it was just all hands after that. Dragging her opponent down and thumping, landing. So, 2-2, France and Kazakhstan. Hugo Metifio of France is up now against Angsabek Ganulyan of Kazakhstan. Metifio in the white judogi, Ganulyan in blue. The scores are level at 2-2 in the match. Uchimata left-sided. Metifio just threatening Gainulin there. And now with right-sided Tomoenagi, but the Kazakh blocks that fairly easily. He's picked up a single Shido, by the way. And now Metifio must have picked up a penalty for false attack, although it looked as though he was blocking it, the Kazakh fighter, so oh well. Yeah, I was going to say, I can't see much of a difference between that and the last one they penalised, so they've set the standard, if you like. Well, both these fighters have been a little bit tentative and their attacks are not that strong. Each of them has picked up a penalty for a false attack. Right-sided effort from Gainulin, but again Metifio is up to defending that one. Well, he had him stumbling with that Ashiwaza. Did Metifio. Good attack. Just managed to turn off that. Into the last minute then. 2 penalties picked up by Gainulin. Metifio just the one as he tries left-sided Seotoshi. That doesn't come off. Uchimata left-sided from Metifio. Now he's having to try and keep his arm intact. And his defense is good enough. Gainulin not able to take advantage of that opening. Just a few seconds left in normal time. It looks as though we're going to need a period of extra time to sort this one out. Slight advantage to Metifio, I would say. Nice Satemiwaza effort there. Tomoenage. Yes, that's down on his shoulders. And Metifio caught there by Gainulin. So 3-2, Kazakhstan lead now over France. And coming up next, Candice Le Breton faces Muldir Nairinova of Kazakhstan. Le Breton in the white judogi, Nayinova in blue. Yes, gets tipped there. Wazari, the few are claiming Ippon. But that was a good turn. And now Nayinova leads by Wazari. With a little under 3.5 minutes left to go. That's quite often the case. It has quite often been the case here that the score has been incorrectly entered by the scoreboard operator, but that's as a result of them not having the same kind of experience as, you know, the places that we normally go to, and that's not surprising given that we're in the Bahamas where they haven't held this kind of level of competition before. Anyway, Nayinova leads by Wazari after the first minute. Little Ashiwaza there from Le Breton, and then she looks to go left-sided, but could get picked up here again. As she gets turned a second time. Well, Molde Nayenova gives Kazakhstan a 4-2 lead. So it's save time now for France. Alexis Mathieu coming up next will have to defeat Yerasil Bolat of Kazakhstan if France are going to stay in the match.
The score is 4-2 for Kazakhstan. Next contest, under 90 kilograms, in blue for Kazakhstan, Yerasil Bolat. In white for France, Alexis Mathieu.
Must-win contest here for Mathieu. Osodagari just slipped off that, did Bolat. Reasonable effort there from Mathieu. This is in the under 90 kilo category. A little bit inventive and speculative, I think, from Mathieu, but not a force attack. He might be thinking about something to the rear. Half the contest gone. No score yet, and we remain penalty free. Little foot tap there from Bolat. And then he tried the Uchimata Sumigeishi combination, but he hadn't sold it that well, and Mathieu was able to block that fairly easily in the end. Almost had a chance for the turn there with the Kosotogaki, but didn't come off. A little over a minute left to go. Kazakhstan leading 4-2. This one would end it French have to win here. There is the Kataguruma, the modified Kataguruma from Alexis Mathieu, and he comes up with a score inside the last minute. Very neatly done. Sarah Leone says Seek was out of her chair, signalling Wazari. She liked that one, didn't she? Half a minute left to go. And now Alexis Mathieu just closing the shop up. They'll both pick up penalties here, I think. Well, I thought maybe Mathieu was passive, but just the Kazakh who picks up a penalty. Yaroslav Bolat running out of time here. Well, you did run out of time there. Don't worry. You didn't miss anything. Alexis Mathieu. Wazari scored with about a minute and a half left to go. Was able to hang on. He didn't pick up a penalty either, so he kept in there. And now the score is 4-3 to Kazakhstan.
Point for France. The score, Kazakhstan 4, France 3. Next contest. Over 70 kilos.
Well, the French are not out of it yet because they need this one as well. Laura Fuso faces Camilla Berlikash, but Berlikash has proved pretty strong today for the Kazakh team. Let's just have a look and see how she got on. Well, she was. They lost 5-1, but she wasn't in that. Oh, yes, she was. She was part of that. To Brazil, they lost 5-1 in that semi-final. Let's see how she gets on here. French absolutely desperate to win this one. Have to win this to stay in the match. Left-sided effort, well, just shaped to go over on the left side there. Fuso. Berlikash looking to go over on the right, almost with that Uchimata. 4-3 in the match. No score in this contest between Fuso and Berlikash. 2.5 minutes to go. All the French want is for Fuso to win this one and give them a chance. All that Kazakhstan want to do is to end things here if they can. Half the contest gone. Berlikash attacking on the right side. There. And again over on the right side. Fuso steps over that and comes back with her own attack on the left. But we're not talking about blistering speed here, so no real breaking of balance and not enough movement. Still remains tense, however. So close, this one. Not sure which way this is going to go, although Berlikash is beginning to look as though she's drained of energy. We've still got a little over a minute left to go as well. Oh, couldn't pull her down onto her side. Avoided getting caught with Uchimata, but couldn't come up with the counter. And Fuso picks up a penalty for passivity. Right-sided effort, couldn't roll her opponent. Well, this one could be heading for golden score. We've still got 40 odd seconds, but not quite sure where the winning technique is going to come from. Few seconds left here. Just a single Shido against Fuso. Well, this one is going to go into golden score. Attack on the right side. A little bit of a push here. Oh, she lost contact with her hands. That was as close as anyone has come to scoring. Single Shido against Fuso. 4-3. Kazakhstan leads over France. France must win this contest. A little bit of a push out there from Berlikash. Ashigaruma maybe. And now Fuso looking as though She's struggling. Right-sided effort from Verlikash. Oh, that could be a false attack. First penalty coming here. No, a second penalty coming for Fuso. Yep. A second penalty. Head beginning to drop here from Fuso. Things not looking good for the French fighter. Remember, she has to win this one. She just stepped out here, and this could be a third penalty. Just didn't have the strength to stay in. Yep, this is going to be it. And with that, a third penalty against Laura Fuso is going to give Kazakhstan the contest, and they will win by 5-3. Yep, there you have it. The third penalty. It's Kamila Berlikash who takes the contest. Kazakhstan ran out winners 5-3, and they take the first of the bronze medals. Stay with us, we'll be back with the second of the bronze medals.
With the final score of 5-3, winners and World Mixed Junior Teams bronze medalists in blue categories, team of Kazakhstan. Once again, congratulations, World Mixed Junior Teams bronze medalists, team of Kazakhstan. Ladies and gentlemen, the next bronze medal contest for mixed junior teams. Welcome in blue categories, team of Georgia. Welcome in the white categories, team of Russian Federation.
Well, we come now to the second of the bronze medal matches. And this features Russia up against Georgia. Let's have a quick rundown of the Russian team. David Babanyan, Ekaterina Dolgik, Ramazan Abdullayev, Dana Nagosheva, Kazmat Akhmarov, Madina Taimazova, Elda Alekverdiev, and Veronika Artamanova. The first of the contests features David Babanyan in the white judogi. He's up against Gela Zalishvili in blue. Well, this should be a terrific start to this match. The Russians lead by 1-0, although this is the first contest. The Russians lead 1-0 by virtue of the fact that Mariam Chantaria was injured and she can't take her place in the Georgian team at under 70 kilos. So Russia leading already 1-0 and needing the current junior world champion to step up here and tie things up. Desperate lunge there from Babanyan. I'll give you the rundown for the whole of the Georgian team after this. Makikomi effort there from Zalishvili, but it was blocked by Babanyan. Sofia Somkishvili in the middle of that shot. Her turn right at the end. And now Babanyan picks up a penalty for passivity. Yeah, the way that we've worked things out is to change the order of the way that the contests are held. And this time we started with the under 90 kilo category and then plus 70, and now in this round the plus 90. Nice movement from Zalishvili. Again a Makikomi effort, but it wasn't that clever, was it? He lost contact with the hands and just ended up on his front. Just wants to get both hands on him. You do well to move Babanyan as much as possible. You don't want to be standing there for too long with that size of a man in front of you. Get some movement. Don't let him catch his breath either. And Babanyan picks up a second penalty. Well, he's kind of playing into the hands of Gela Zalishvili here. Zalishvili just throwing in one attack here or there, but just enough to keep him out of the penalty business, and Babanyan not really keeping up with the tempo. 2 penalties against him now with a little over a minute left to go. 1-0, the Russians lead. Zalishvili rather cleverly closing things down and making it difficult for Babanyan. Got in a little bit too close there and then landed on his front anyway, so no score. Odd seconds left to go, and now Zalishvili picks up a penalty for passivity. Oh, arm around the waist there, got to be careful. He's disposed of a few people, has Zalishvili, when they come in close, but Babanyan looks like a different proposition here. Very heavy is Babanyan. Really needs him to be moving and moving on to him, to be honest. Yes, that's a score, and he catches him right at the death of the contest. Good counter, and that's what you needed. You needed Babanyan to be moving, either moving on to one of your techniques or moving so that you could counter him. And this time round happens as a counter right on the buzzer. So Zalishvili pulls one back for the Georgians, and it's now 1-1. Zalishvili can hardly stand up. He's so spent.
Winner in blue for Georgia, Zalishvili.
1-1 it is now. Let's get back to the action then. And here we go. Ekaterina Dolgy of Russia faces Natalia Kipshidze of Georgia. It's Dolgy in the white judogi, Kipshidze in blue, and I can't imagine that Kipshidze is going to come up with another performance like she did earlier against Blondine Pont of France. She was absolutely terrific earlier on, was Kipshidze. Really made Pont work for that win. And then even against Japan, she made Saito Tatsuru work for her win as well. So nothing being given away by the Georgian women. Really putting on a good show. This time, however, there wasn't enough in there to keep Dolgy out. Yeah. Catapults Kipshidze onto her back. 2-1 Russia lead now. Okay, coming up next, Ramazan Abdullayev of Russia faces Jaba Papinashvili. It's Abdullayev in the white judogi, Papinashvili in blue. Big hopes here for Georgia to pull one back. 2-1 Russia lead. Steps off that Tayatoshi effort. Neat movement from Papinashvili. Just letting Abdullayev know that he's there. Ooh, disaster for Papinashvili as he gets caught. And the arm goes out. Well, well, well. That was one that they simply could not afford to lose. Papinashvili going down to Ramazan Abdullayev. Yep, you can see it on his face there.
Winner in white judogi for Russian Federation, Ramazan Abdullayev. Point for Russia.
3-1 now, and things looking a bit desperate for the Georgians. Batras Kaitmazov taking a deep breath as Dana Nagosheva comes to the tatami. She's going to face Eteri Lipatiliani. Nagosheva in the white judogi, Lipatiliani in blue. Here's a chance for Lipatiliani to do something special. Uchimata from Russian and almost turned. That was a good effort from Lipatiliani. Uchimata down onto the side. That was close. Yep, Rosari indeed. Yep. Nagusheva getting caught there. I like it for Rosari. They're going to have a look. Well, she didn't have the hands any longer, did she? So she couldn't be. There was no contact. It was just the legs. So, nope. Not once you lose contact with the hands. Nice Marathi Seonagi effort there from Lipatiliani. Single Shiro against Nagusheva. No score as yet. A little bit of Ashiwaza from the Russian, just threatening Lipatiliani there. Couldn't get the feet going. Sat her on the backside and then onto her front, so no score. And that's a better position this time from Lipatiliani. And Ippon it is. Look at Lipatiliani. Yep, Lipatiliani taking it over. Yep. So. 3-2. Russia lead. Kamzat Akhmarov faces Aleko Mamiashvili. It's Akhmarov in the white judogi, Mamiashvili in blue. Both fighters pick up penalties for avoiding to take a grip. No hands on there with that Uchimata effort. Half the contest gone, no score as yet between Akhmarov of Russia and Mamiashvili of Georgia. The Russians leading 3-2 in the match. In this contest, just a pair of Shidos, one apiece. No score as yet. Well, he really got hold of him there. Left-sided Uchimata. And he couldn't get off it. Beautifully done by Kamzat Akhmarov. Well, there won't be a contest in the under 70 kilo category because Madina Taimazova has a walkover over Mariam Chanturia, who was injured and can't take part, so there's nobody in that slot. So we go straight to the under 90 kilo category. Eldar Alakverdiev of Russia faces Lasha Bekauri of Georgia. Alakverdiev in the white judogi, Bekauri in blue. Must-win situation for the Georgians. Well, you know, the Russian just collapsed there, didn't he? And he picks up a penalty for dropping. Why would you want to give that away at this early stage of the contest? Anyway, he's in charge of his tactics. Again, he looks uncomfortable with that grip. Bekauri might want to try that a few more times and see what... Well, that was unfortunate, picking up a penalty for stepping out. Alakverdiev looks really uncomfortable with certain grips from Bekauri. Makikomi, over he goes! Well, he's lucky not to go for Ippon there. Good score by Pekauri. Kaitmazov is the coach, Russian coach. Really, that was close to Ippon. Kaitmazov, the Russian coach, is wondering what on earth has got into Alek Verdiev. Needs to get his head up here, does Bekauri. No need to worry about the Sutemi Waza now. That was killed fairly easily. Just a suspicion that Alek Verdiev wants to take Bekauri to the ground all the time. Oh, chance here. Over he goes, and if the Russians can do it with Akhmarov, the Georgians can do it with Bekauri as he throws Alek Verdiev for a huge Ippon to make the score 4-3 to Russia. Well, that makes it interesting, doesn't it, Lance? 4-3, one contest to come. Nice and simple. Russia win it, they win the match. Georgia win it, they tie things up at 4-4, and then we draw another weight category that has to fight again in a sudden death contest. Simple as that. Artur Afando is the referee in the middle. He is taking charge of this one, and there is Veronika Artamonova of Russia. She's up against Sofia Somkishvili of Georgia. It's Artamonova in the white judogi, Somkishvili in blue. Needs to drop her hips a little bit, does Somkishvili, for that hip technique. And get some rotation. Get that left leg a little bit further round. Push the right hip further across. It's a little bit better. Still too high up. Going to try the Uchimata from there. Good grip for Somkishvili. Go across. That was better. Can't take her backwards. Gonna have to work on that. Yeah. Needs to get brave and put the right leg even further across. No Ashi was there. That was a shame. Lost contact with the hands. Penalty picked up by Artamonova, the Russian. There's a better grip now. Somkishvili wants to go across on the right. Almost had the hips in the right place. They're getting better. Needs to follow that up with the coach on the way down, but that's asking a lot. Here comes Somkishvili again. Couldn't come up with a combination. How can you fall into the Osaikomi? Well, that's amazing. Did so much and then fell simply into the Osaikomi to give the Russians an unassailable lead, 5-3, and that, I'm afraid to say, is the end of it. Well, a rather unfortunate end for Georgia, losing out 5-3 to Russia, but the Russians are delighted. They go away with a bronze medal from the World Team Championships. Second of the bronze medals. Russia taking it over Georgia. And it was Kazakhstan taking it ahead of France. Stay with us for the final of the World Team Championships.
Congratulations, World Junior Mixed Teams bronze medalist, team of Russia.
Well, that's something that those who've taken part in that team will never forget. The bronze medal win at the Junior World Championships. Nice way for them to end their week here in the Bahamas. Coming up next, the final of the mixed team event at these Junior World Championships. Japan faces Brazil. No plus 90 kilo fighter for the Japanese. Saito is injured, so he's had to drop out. It'll be Yoshida Sana, Koga Genki, Funakubo Haruka, Tsukamoto Ryo, Shimori Ryo, Muraho Sanshiro, and Kodama Hikaru. For Brazil, it'd be Lucas Lima, Laura Ferreira, Renan Torres, Caitlin Nascimento, Jefferson Santos Jr., Aileen Santana, Guilherme Schmidt, and Beatrice Souza. The Japanese are going to start one down because the first contest is in the plus 90 kilo category, and they don't have Saito to go to. He's got a back injury.
First contest. Judo women under 48 kilograms.
So we go straight to the under 48 kilo category. Yoshida Sana of Japan faces Laura Ferreira of Brazil. It's Yoshida in the white judogi, Ferreira in blue. Ferreira lost her quarter-final to the Spaniard Laura Martinez Abelenda Yoshida Sana lost out in the final to Daria Biladid, the current senior world champion. Wazari on the board for that low Uchimata. Yoshida leads. Yeah, it was still a touchy was a situation. Ferreira not out of it yet. She has only gone over once. But Yoshida looking comfortable here. Yeah, we've got cameras on either side of the tatami, but I've just thought that because we've got them absolutely dead central, every time the two fighters line up, we end up looking at the back of the other side. I suppose with experience, you get to know, don't you? But it's the first time that we've adjusted the cameras around from the different tatami that we had access to, and in future when we do that, we have to remember they must be off center. And that way you get to see the opposite person because they're absolutely smack bang in the middle. So, oh well. It was a nice thought. And from time to time we do get shots from there anyway. But minute and a half. Or minute 20, sorry, left to go. Yoshida still leads by Wazari. Ferreira unable to come up with anything really to threaten the junior world silver medalist at the moment. And it's Yoshida making all the headway here, despite the fact that she's the one who leads. Chance to work on the arm, but she's gone the other way. Not sure if she's going to be able to work it from there. Good turn. Got her legs in the right place here. Once she gets the arm wrapped up. Brazilians complaining about the way that the arm lock was being applied, saying that she grabbed the fingers. Possible, but I didn't see that myself, but it's perfectly possible that she did. In any case, the referee was on top of it, Roberta Chiulia, and she didn't see anything untoward. So I tend to go with the referee who's standing 2 or 3 meters away from the action and on top of it. In that case, you could see exactly what was going on. She didn't see anything worth calling a mate for. Yoshida's sister, by the way, is the current world champion at under 57 kilos. So if the Japanese take the gold here, then she'll join her sister as a world champion gold medal winner, albeit in the teams for Japan. Why not, you know? So 1-1 now. That win by Yoshida ties things up. Saito having given up the contest because he was injured. So 1-1. On the mat now, Koga Genki of Japan faces Renan Torres of Brazil. It's Koga in the white judogi, Torres in blue. And seems like quite some time ago now, but earlier in the week it was Koga Genki who came out on top in the under 60 kilo category, defeating his teammate Konishi Saishiro in the final. So looking at the current the junior world champion at under 60 kilos here. Whoops, Shimiwaza, he's had to tap out. I think he hurt his nose when he went over in the throwing action. So it wasn't against his face. Not the Shimiwaza anyway. Took a bit of a whack to the face there. 2-1 now. Japan lead. Coming up next, Funakubo Haruka of Japan faces Caitlin Nascimento of Brazil. It'll be Funakubo in the white judogi, Nascimento in blue.
Next contest, under 57 kilograms, in blue for Brazil, Caitlin Nascimento.
And as far as the individuals are concerned, it was again Funakubo of Japan who took the gold medal in the individuals. So we've got back-to-back gold medalists here. Yoshida, Koga, and now Funakubo. What a lineup. Koga and Funakubo were the gold medal winners. I threw Yoshida in there as the silver medalist, but the only thing stopping Yoshida was Dario Biladid. Well, if Brazil are not careful, this could get ugly here. It's 2-1 at the moment, but if they lose a third, I suspect that the steamroller, the Japanese steamroller, is just going to keep rolling, I'm afraid. Because up next is Tsukamoto Ryo. He was the silver medalist in the under 73 kilo category. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row who made the finals. 2 gold and 2 silver. That's a big ask, I'm afraid. And even after that, In the 70 kilo category, you've got Shimori Rio. She was a silver medalist as well. And bringing up the rear, Kodama Hikaru, she won the gold medal. I suspect that by the time that Kodama comes to the party, she'll only be coming onto the tatami to bow with the rest of the team. Just got a feeling that this is going to get away from Brazil unless they can take this one here. Tall order for Nascimento. Chance for the turnover here. Trying to wrap the arm up first. Comes back on the other side. But Nascimento's got that blocked. Should have one more go at it. No. The referee calls mate. Little over a minute left to go. Single Shido picked up by Nascimento. Still battling away. Last few seconds of normal time. It could be that this is going to need golden score. Nascimento proving a tough nut to crack for Funakubo Haruka.
Golden score.
Turnover. Hasn't got the leverage yet. Oh, here it comes. She has now. Just needs to tie up the top half a little bit more secure. She can take another roll at this. Yeah. This is a bit better this time at the top. Got the arm trap, but the legs now are too deep. And Nascimento has blocked that well. It's always a tricky one, you know. What are you going to do? Concentrate more on the top half or the bottom half? If you free up the legs, then you spend so much time and effort freeing up the legs that you lose the top half, and vice versa. Got to get the balance right. Well, Funakubo having a hard time of it to get past Caitlin Nascimento. And Nascimento went out in the first round to Kaya Kaiser, but here she really did put in a good effort. Picks up a third penalty, however, and that gives Japan a 3-1 lead. Well, coming up next, Tsukamoto Ryo of Japan faces Jefferson Santos Jr. of Brazil. It'll be Tsukamoto in the white judogi, Santos Jr. in blue.
Next contest, under 17, 3 kilograms. In blue for Brazil, Jefferson Santos Jr. In white for Japan, Tsukamoto Ryo.
Santos Jr. lost out in round 3 of the individuals. Lost out to David Gamasov of Russia. And Tsukamoto lost out in the final of the under 73 kilo category to Bilal Çeloglu of Turkey. Tomominagi there. An acrobatic bit of avoidance by Santos Jr. Beautifully done. Almost coming up with the finishing score there. Tsukamoto coming up with Wazari. And then the finish as well. So 4-1 now. Japan lead.
Winner in white judogi for Japan, Tsukamoto Ryo. Points for team of Japan.
Right, coming up next, Shimori Ryo of Japan faces Aileen Santana of Brazil. It'll be Shimori in the white judogi, Santana in blue.
In blue for Brazil, Aileen Santana. In white for Japan, Shimori Ryo.
What kind of time did Santana have of it in the under 70 kilo category? I wonder. She was the number 1 seed. Got through into the semi-final and lost out to Alice Belandi of Italy. Belandi went on to win the tournament. Santana lost out in the bronze medal contest to Candice Le Breton of France. Somewhat surprisingly, it was a great effort from Le Breton. Not quite good enough with that spinning Uchimata to come up with a score. Just put Santana onto her front. Chance for the shimiwaza. And she's had to tap out there. That was on so quickly. And as I said, if they weren't careful, it was going to get a little bit ugly for the Brazilians. 5-1. They ended up going down. Well, in their defense, I have to say that, you know, it was one of the strongest Japanese teams I've ever seen. Yoshida was the silver medalist, Koga was a gold medalist, as was Funakobo. And then you had Tsukamoto, Shimori and Muraho. They were all silver medalists, and then Kodama was a gold medalist. So what could you do? You know, you were facing 7 out of 8 who'd made it to the finals of the Junior World Championships. That was a tall order, and it was reflected in the score. 5-1. Japan run out winners. Okay, we're going to have the awarding ceremony in a couple of minutes now, but it's Japan who take the gold medal. We're going to look to see Kazakhstan and Russia on the podium. Nice picture, and I like it that they didn't for even a second think of dividing themselves up into men and women. They just held together as a team. I thought that was nice. So celebrations for Team Japan. The nice thing in there is those who won a silver in the individual will now pick up a gold, and those who won gold will now also be able to take a second gold home. 2 gold medals, team and an individual. Won't take us long to get tidied up, because I'm sure we've already got Russia and Kazakhstan ready with their white judogi. That's normally the only thing that we have to hang on for. So it's just Brazil now who are going to tidy themselves up, and then we'll be back with the presentation in a few minutes' time. In the meantime, I'll tell you that the next live judo that we've got for you will be on the 27th to 29th of this month, so next week. We'll bring you all the action from the Grand Slam in Abu Dhabi. So if you haven't quite had your fill of judo as yet, we've got more judo for you next week from Abu Dhabi, when we're back with the IJF Judo World Tour. Right, it's going to take a little bit of time, to be honest, to get everything organised. We'll see you back for the awarding ceremony in about 5 minutes' time.
Dear friends, in a few minutes we start the medal awarding ceremony for the mixed teams, juniors.
Right, it would appear that we've got everything ready down at the far end of the competition hall. I can see all the photographers lined up, and I can see Andor marshalling the troops now to the edge of the podium. So, yeah, okay. We're going to be making the presentation of the medals. I'm not quite sure who it is down there that's going to be making the presentation. It looks like Uemura Haruki. Yes. Mr. Uemura will be doing the medal presentations, and normally where you see Mr. Uemura, you see Mr. Yamashita. So Yamashita Yasuhiro will be along there as well. 4 teams we had to get lined up, so it's a lot of bodies. Sorry if it's taking a little bit longer than it normally does, but right, up they come. And now the awarding ceremony for the mixed teams. Nice that we've got quite a few people presenting medals up there. Uemura Haruki, Yamashita Yasuhiro, Juan Carlos Barcos, Armen Bagdasarov, and Daniel Laskow. Okay.
By Mr. Yasuhiro Yamashita, Development Director of the International Judo Federation, member of the AGF Hall of Fame. By Mr. Juan Carlos Barcos, Head Referee Director of the International Judo Federation. By Mr. Armen Bagdasarov, Sport Director of the International Judo Federation. By Mr. Daniel Laskow, Sport Director and Referee Supervisor of the International Judo Federation.
Yeah, we're trying to squeeze onto the podium now. This still got half a team to come up there. It's not quite going to work out, is it? I think they're going to have to double up when they come up there. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the bronze medalists, team of Russian Federation.
The first of the bronze medals goes to Russia. And there's a bronze medal too for Kazakhstan. David Babanyan, Ekaterina Dolgik, Ramazan Abdullayev, Dana Nagusheva, Hamzat Akmarov, Madina Taimazova, Elder Alek Verdiev, and Veronika Atamanova of Russia. And then the Kazakh team receiving their medals. Dinakmet Risembek of Galia Tinbayeva, Arslan Yesengel, Alida Kirchayeva, Angsabek, Gainulin, Molder, Nayinova, Yerasil Bolat, and Kamila Berlikash. Those were the bronze medalists. The silver medal goes to Brazil. Lucas Lima, Laura Ferreira, Renin Torres, Caitlin Nascimento, Jefferson Santos Jr., Ellen Santa Ana, Guilherme Schmidt, and Beatrice Souza. Japanese team up there, Mr. Saito is up there. He missed out on the final, he was injured, but in the final it was Yoshida Sana, Koga Genki, Funakubo Haruka, Tsukamoto Ryo, Shimori Ryo, Murao Sanshiro, and Kodama Hikaru. It was a gold medal winning team. Everybody getting a bit of a squeeze to make sure they got a medal. Mr. Master trying to make sure that everyone has got a medal. Sure they have by now. I wonder if there's a trophy somewhere. There must be a trophy. They always have a trophy, don't they? Here we go. Ask, you shall receive. And Mr. Uemura Haruki to present the trophy. Who's got that then? Is that... Just trying to see who picked up the trophy. Was that Yoshida? No, it wasn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Japan.
And now the national anthem of Japan.
Thank you very much.
Could have been Todokoro that picked up the trophy. It looked like one of the, lighter fighters. Right, Japan ran out 5-1 winners in a fairly lopsided final. However, it's worth explaining just how difficult a task that was for Brazil. Of the 8 fighters that were in the Japanese team, 7 of them were finalists at these Junior World Championships. 3 of them were gold medal winners. The remainder were, silver medal winners. So a very, very tough ask for Brazil to face a super strong Japanese team in the final. In the end, they couldn't do it. They went down 5-1. In the first of the bronze medal contest, Kazakhstan had a slightly closer run with France. They went out 5-3 winners over France, and then it was a closer thing. Although it was still 5-3, but it felt a little bit closer with Russia and Georgia. Russia winning out 5-3. We've got more judo for you when we join the IJF Judo World Tour again next week from the 27th to the 29th of October in Abu Dhabi. And remember, that one is Saturday, Sunday, Monday in Abu Dhabi. We look forward to your company then, but from Fabio Vasconcelos, Matthias Fischer and Lance Wicks, Gene Shin as well, and myself. It's bye-bye from Nassau, Bahamas. Bye.